Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are back in Middle Earth, and Miss Marcellene is getting ready to help these fine dwarves here. Let's see what they need.
We have little time to speak. Great events have been set in motion.
According to my map, Marcellene, the Vault of Doran lies directly south of here. The problem is that my party refuses to explore. They wish to head straight to the Dolven View and not veer off the path. Alright, so we need to check out the Vault of Doran.
If we are to find Mithra in Khazad-dum, we will first have to deal with the orcs.
This one wants us to collect gredbyg scent glands.
Abide here a moment and speak with me.
And defeat some gredbyg. Well, we'll do the Vault of Doran first. That is this way. Tells the names in the exact opposite direction. So apparently there were a lot more of these crystalline lights hanging around. And they aren't any longer. We can blame the orcs for that. There is nothing here but dust and the trembling of earth. Same. And we have found nothing but dust and the earth trembling. You know, the dwarves plan on retaking this. They have a hard road ahead of them to get this remotely livable again. Man, isn't that fancy? I don't think we can go into, well, we can go into some of the upper levels, I think. Not all of them. I guess if you're going to live underground, you might as well build as grandiose as possible, right? That's just a generic beef claw. Alright. Let's break the bad news to him.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dum.
Swerthir listens quietly while you explain the current state of the Vault of Doran, not only empty but falling into ruin. That is sad news. I imagine that this is only the first of many such disappointments as we go through Moria. Perhaps it will never be restored fully, but I would like to think this expedition can forge a new mine. Different, but good. So yeah, I kind of figured he was going to be a little disappointed. Now we need to defeat some gredbyg. First, let's get rid of this goblin. Defeat some gredbyg and collect their scent glands. So, even these little ones count. Even though they don't attack unless you attack first, so there is that. These, on the other hand, will attack you. And we are indeed doing the book quest too. Okay, we need one more gland. Everything else, talk to Bosie, return to Thor Hall. Yeah, everything else is done. Should be able to find one up here. Ah, look, right here. Just in there, patiently waiting for me. But we did not get a scent gland, so we keep looking. They kind of remind me a little bit of praying mantises. Okay, that did it. Oh, but now we have a respawn. That cave claw's like, get out of my space! Get off my lawn!
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Ah, fine effort, Marcellene. Would that this were the end of them, I suppose we'll have to settle for this valiant endeavor. And let's see, what do we got? Actually, fairly decent armor.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dum.
Scent glands, eh? Very interesting. I have not seen many creatures such as this in possession of glands of this nature. I have a theory.
Abide here a moment and speak with me.
So, he has created... Oh wait, if you crush the scent glands you gathered, an overwhelming scent will be released and the gredbyg will rise up. The scent will undoubtedly draw the hive queen. So we need to go back, crush the scent glands, and fight the hive queen. Easy enough. Of course, we might have to get rid of a gredbyg or two before we start, so we don't have everything on top of us. Like that one there. And that one. Okay. You crushed a scent gland. And there's the queen. And there goes the hive queen. Like I said, relatively easy. Oh, there was something else I was supposed to do here. This unassuming looking fungus. We need to interact with it. What an odd looking fungus this is. It may be wise to report to the dwarves that strange flora seem to be creeping into Moria. There's something about the look of that fungus and the surrounding area that is strangely unnerving. And it gives us a debuff called Sickly Feeling, an unpleasant, sickly sort of feeling. Alright.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
And he is very pleased. But of course, we don't use a shield. We'll just take the one that costs the most.
May Durin return soon to his holes.
A fungus, that's no surprise. Such things grow in damp places all over the earth. Thorvald listened to you explain that you were aware of the nature of fungus, but that this one was very strange and new and gave you a sense of foreboding. Upon my word, you do look a little peaked. Perhaps you should bring this news to the Dolven View. That's where we're headed as well.
We have seen naught of Durin's bane.
And he says
Be wary if you journey into Moria.
He says we've done all that is needed for their camp. We appreciate the help. Please go to the Dolven View. Alright, so next stop, back up to the Dolven View. And we even managed to do the book quest that we would not have gotten until later if we had stopped to do that first. So slightly out of order, but not really. And we need to talk to Flagvia, and it just says tell someone in the Dolven View camp about the fungus. And then we need to go talk to Bozy. I really feel like there's something up there, but I don't think there's any way to get up over that. Okay, that's Flagby.
Dark things dwell now in Moria.
He greets us. It says 'tis a fine view, or at least it would be were it not cluttered with the cook fires of goblin hordes. Ooh, let's not fall over the side, thanks. Oops. Now we'll talk to you.
The orcs of Moria have much to account for.
You have found an unusual fungus. I'm not surprised. Well, fortunately it seems somewhat contained. Hopefully the House of Nain is the only place where it grows. In the meantime, I will make sure to warn my folk to steer clear of that place in case the fungus is of a putrid nature.
At long last, we will drive the maggot folk from our holes.
Now he wants us to defeat Deep Claws.
Many foul things dwell in the depths of the mountains. I fear the orcs will be the least of our troubles.
He wants us to clear rubble.
I doubt that Lord Balin still lives.
And plant a banner to claim the Lonely Span. I guess we'll do that real quick before we head to Crossroads. Now, I know for certain there's another way, and in fact, this isn't the way we need to go because it doesn't have the rubble. Hey, for a change, I actually got lost a little bit in Moria. Oh, I know. We need to I almost had the right direction, but we need to go over here. Go past the cooling chamber. This is where we need to be. So here's our rubble. Our deep claws. As you can see, we have a few of those here. We have 3 of 12 deep claws, 2 of 8 rubble. I think there's 2 of them right there. Yeah, there were 2 of them. That's 6 down. How many more of these do we need? Not that many. You know, you could have waited your turn. Alright, that did it for the rubble. So if we go over here, now, if there's 2 things that Moria is known for, aside from it being dark, is its stairs and its bridges. It has lots of bridges. And we have discovered the Lonely Span. And we have planted their banner. We just need 2 more deep claws on the way back, and we have done 3 quests that quick. That's not a hard ask. There are deep claws everywhere. Alright, and that did it for the cave claws. We have to kill an awful lot of those. Whoa. Like I was saying, we have to kill an awful lot of those for the deed. We are definitely not going to sit here and do all that right now. Oh, those are some big, shiny crystals. So, they seem to have their own luminescence. Now, either that is the nature of the crystal itself, or that was some form of dwarf or elven magic that made them glow like that. And they continue to glow to this day. I'm not certain which. Somebody actually knows? Leave a comment, let me know. Well, there are a lot of them. Hey, you?
I'm not sure Khazad-dum can be restored. The orcs have surely ruined it.
He is happy with us. He says we can now deliver to 21st Hall
If it were
easier.
not for the prospect of finding Mithril, I would not have come here.
And he's happy that I planted the banner. Alright. And you?
Azog's folk have not yet fully repaid for their crimes against us.
He says, I'm glad to see those deep claws did not make slivers out of your hide. Very cute. Alright, so there's other quests to do here. But we're going to head back to Crossroads.
These halls will be great once more.
And we can actually swift travel there, so yay! We'll go back to Chamber of the Crossroads and talk to Bozy. Alright, I've done as you asked.
You have done well, friend.
Good work. You were ever a friend at need, and I am at your service. You continue to impress me with your inextinguishable fervor towards our cause.
Records and histories of Moria will aid us, if you can find them.
The gredbyg were a dreadful hazard, and despite your efforts, they will undoubtedly return in time. But we cannot spend overlong dealing with this minor threat. To wholly wipe them out would involve resources beyond what I can provide. We must turn now to other matters and defend ourselves from the returning gredbyg wherever we must. What I truly desire above all else is a chance to look at records and histories from the old days. Who knows what secrets lie untold beneath the dust pages, tablets, and tomes to be found throughout the caverns. There should be storehouses located within the great delving of Moria, and they are thus named: the Chamber of Knowledge, the Chamber of Wisdom, and the Chamber of Deep Thought. Find these storehouses within the great delving and search them for all records of the old days. Return to me when you have found something from each area. So, we need to find the 3 chambers, which seem to be probably some type of dwarven library. But of course, we will do that next time. Until then, bye for now.